New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg may be looking to steal the title of Windy City from Chicago. This morning, the New York Post is detailing a Bloomberg energy proposal that would have wind turbines placed atop the Big Apple's bridges and skyscrapers. The mayor also considering wind turbine farms out in the Atlantic that would help provide energy to New York. U.S. solar energy company First Solar, by the way, just announced plans to expand its Toledo, Ohio operations and add an additional 134 jobs within the next 2 years. Toledo, a struggling manufacturing town, has lost more than 15,000 jobs since 2000. But First Solar's decision to expand there is part of a broader eco-trend happening in the former Glass City, which is building a green energy hub on top of its crumbling glass industry. It's a wonderful story. Here to talk about it is Toledo's green rebirth is Steve Weathers, the CEO of the Northwest Ohio Regional Growth Partnership. And Steve, thank you so much for joining us this morning. I guess my first question is, why is Northwest Ohio seeing a growth in alternative energy of all things?
Good morning. The reason we're seeing this growth of alternative energy really has to do with the history of Toledo, Northwest Ohio being actually in automotive, in the glass industry, and especially the solar. We have a history of developing glass and those technologies here. We've also, actually the research at the University of Toledo in solar energy has been going on for more than 20 years now.
That's terrific. Well, how much is being invested money-wise in the area from companies and organizations like yours?
Well, you see First Solar is a classic example. They have the largest U.S. Plant here. They just announced this expansion. They continue to grow. We have 8 other solar companies here. We have about 6,000 people that are employed in the industry. Most recent investment was in a company called Sunlight, which we helped to launch here. We literally started with 2 people, a husband and a wife, about 2 years ago in founding this company. They're up to about 70 employees right now, and they recently just announced $30 million of new venture capital investment coming in. And actually, venture capitalists are continuing to talk to them actually from China and from Europe as far as investing in that company.
Well, I just said in the intro there that the town has lost more than 15,000 jobs since 2000. How has this growth really helped the region to rebound economically?
It's a good point. Yesterday, actually, the announcement came out in this region here. Our unemployment rate in Northwest Ohio ranges between 8% and 10%, depending on which county you're in. What we're really seeing is really some diversity in the alternative energy. In the solar industry, as I said, we have about 6,000 people that are employed there, and new jobs continuing to be created with First Solar. We have companies like Red Lion, which is a biomass company, brand new on the scene now, starting to employ people here. Sologistics, Q-Cells. And actually, Owens Corning is another good example of an expansion here. Owens Corning, a lot of people know, world headquarters based here. Owens Corning produces 70% of all the materials in wind blades. So what's interesting of Northwest Ohio is we have this diversity of alternative energy producers here, both on the research side and the production side.
Yeah, it's really impressive. And I guess, you know, the skills, the glass manufacturing hub that Toledo is, must have been a big factor in attracting certainly the solar energy companies to your area.
I think it was a big factor, and it wasn't really so much the attraction side of it. We really have not attracted a lot. We've grown them really out of the ground. First Solar was founded here by a family here. The research comes out of the University of Toledo. Sunlight's research comes out of the University of Toledo. A lot of this research for alternative energy does come out of the University of Toledo, which is really becoming known worldwide for alternative energy research here. The other thing is the community colleges play a big part in this, in producing the technicians that install these products, that work on these products. So what's making it work here is really the workforce, the academic, and the private sector all coming together.
Well, that's a great story. Maybe the Mud Hens could now become the Toledo Green. What do you think, Steve? Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
You bring up a good point. There's talk right now of putting solar energy and wind energy, as some of your other stories here earlier this morning, around the town, and powering, for example, Fifth Third Field with solar energy.
Hey, what a great idea. Steve, thank you so much for joining us. Steve Weathers, the CEO of the Northwest Ohio Regional Growth Partnership. Great story. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.